aside from the actual locations that we go to and some of the things we learn, but one of my favorite things about Beef Tour is the chance to connect with people that you haven't met before, and the chance to learn how your neighbor next door might do things completely differently from you, and there's no like wrong or right, but you get to learn, meet a lot of people, get to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Network.
That's it. Thank you.
Bingo.
Hey everybody, I'm Karl Wiggers, host of the Louisiana Farm Bureau podcast. We're so glad you're here, and today I'm at the Louisiana LSU State Livestock Show. What's the correct phrase for this, guys?
You would know it.
Louisiana State University 4-H Youth Exhibitor Livestock Show, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that.
That's a mouthful. Great job,
Yeah, you have to
Madison.
make sure it's youth oriented. We're here for the kids.
We are. So I'm here with Madison Plaisance DeKeyzer.
Yes.
It's not going to be
last name for
hyphenated,
the folks.
new last name. Recently married to Jack, who's over there off camera, y'all can't see.
Shout out to Jack.
Macy Rushing, who is a lifelong rancher deep into the cattle world. You see that face to tell how serious that is. You're new to this world. Madison, you've been around livestock shows your entire life, right?
Yeah.
Is that fair
I feel
to
like
say?
I was there in the womb at some show.
So I think this is going to be kind of a cool conversation. We're not just talking livestock show, even though we are here in a ring. Not quite the ring, but an arena. But we're going to talk about the Louisiana Farm Bureau Livestock Advisory Committee's Beef Tour, which is coming up quick.
Yes, March
like a month away.
22nd through the 27th.
That's 1
Sign
month
up for
away.
it. Yeah.
So we're going to talk about both of those things. But first, really quick, Macy, I joked about you being lifelong. Tell me about how you kind of came into the livestock world.
Yeah, my name is not next to the lifelong rancher at all. My husband and I are both first generation cattle farmers. We literally got started with one bottle calf that somebody gave us. And here we are 2 farms later, and now we have a daughter old enough to show. And we jumped right in. We didn't start with 1, we started with 3. And we've actually been here since Saturday. We had dairy first.
Ooh.
Today is Wednesday, the 18th.
I know y'all are also in the dairy world too.
Uh-huh.
We need more people there.
Yeah, it's been fun. And then so now we're back with her Brahma and her Brayford. And we're here for the beef part of it. And it's been really fun. Like the whole community and all the parishes getting together and networking, and then all the people I've met through Farm Bureau that their kids are showing. It's been a really cool experience.
When you walked up a minute ago, you said, hey, everybody's here.
I know, and it's so fun. I was like, I know you through Farm Bureau.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. What better commercial right there? We can stop the podcast now. We've talked about we've done it. But no, that's really cool. Y'all's land and livestock company is Lucky 5.
Lucky 5.
Tell us about Lucky.
Lucky was the coolest calf to ever get started with. He literally taught us everything we know. Still learning, actually. There's no like, you stop learning. You still learn every day. But he was literally given to us. And we were always just trying to, actually, I think you were at our house. And we were trying to figure out a name. And my husband was like, well, let's be this. I was like, no, I need something to I want something that feels right. That like feels like us. And unfortunately, Lucky had just passed away right before you came.
Like the week before I came
Literally
out.
the week before he came. And I wrote a children's book about him, 3 actually. And I was like, I want something that's us, that started us. And it was Lucky. So,
really
and then
cool.
there's 5 Rushings. So.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Y'all 2 and 3 kids. How old are the kids, real quick?
9, 7, and Porter will be 5 next week.
Golly. Porter was like this big when I did the story with
Literally.
you guys a couple years ago.
Remember when he said, we are Farm Bureau?
I am Farm Bureau.
riding a saddle, sitting on the
That's
ground.
so cute.
Y'all are really new to this world.
Very.
And you love it. Obviously, you mentioned the community aspects. Madison, you've been around this your whole life. What is all that she just said like ring true for you? And
It does, even though I'm a 4th generation beef producer, but yeah, my family's from South Louisiana. We grew up, I guess, producing all different breeds, Angus, Brayford. My dad even had Longhorns at one point for some very odd reason. But yeah, even though that's been in my family for a really long time, I still have those like complete same feelings and experiences that you had growing up with bottle feeding calves, feeding pigs, chickens, anything that you can imagine just out on the farm. But it's fun to get that experience, especially not just producing livestock like on the farm, but coming to the shows, and that family, that environment just fills my heart so much. And part of that is another reason why I'm super proud to be a part of the beef tour, because a lot of the folks on that tour are people who have helped me get to where I am and helped me throughout my life, and I wouldn't know them if I hadn't shown livestock before. So
Yeah.
It's wild.
it is.
It feels like when you get into things like this, the world shrinks really quick, and you start to make these connections that are not just maybe across the state or just across the next state line, but
Yeah.
you get coast to coast really quick.
Very quickly.
You mentioned beef tour. You're not here today. Tell me if I'm wrong. You're not here today pushing beef tour. You're here today because you still have family
Yes.
in the show ring.
Yes, it is kind of crazy. I'm one of 4 daughters, which is even crazier in the ag world. You don't hear that every day. But my 11-year-old sister, yes, even a crazier age gap, but 11-year-old sister is about to go into showmanship, and she's super excited. She didn't show her first year, and so this is last year, I guess, technically, but she started again showing this year, and she's got a new fire under her butt. She just won showmanship at the district show, and she's super, super pumped
Feeling
to come
ready.
out here today. So
Nice.
hopefully we won't have to trip out of the podcast quickly, but we're excited for today. Yeah,
That's
I'm here to support both.
You're repping the brand.
Of course.
We're all repping the
always,
brand.
as always,
But
bleed from Bureau.
You're talking. I'm sure to folks here. You mentioned that on the beef tour, you always run into people on those tours that have helped you get to where you are, and especially a lot of them that you met in this type of environment. What are you talking about with the beef tour? Are you pushing beef tour with some folks around here? Are you
So I just
trying to drum
got
up
here
some business?
today because cattle had to be in by noon. But oh yeah, for sure. I love coming here just to see my older professors or people that worked in the LSU College of Agriculture, especially in the livestock sector. I love reconnecting with them, and again with people who go on beef tour. But I am hoping to gain a few more people, especially hanging around with this one. Hopefully I can meet some of our friends and get them to sign up for beef tour. We do need some newer faces. I love the people who have, again, helped me come and get to where I am, but we do need some new people because it's a really great experience. Beef tour isn't just about visiting these top caliber ranches like 44 Farms or a few of the others that we have listed, like Cavender's. Have you ever been to Cavender's Western Store?
Yeah.
They actually have a really awesome ranch right on our border of Louisiana and Texas. It's absolutely
would have never known
amazing.
that.
It's gorgeous. And we're going there.
Macy just
going
learned this.
I love it.
I
Already.
see it.
Do they have a store right there that you can also shop?
They do not, but they have all of their stuff like just laying around. You know, all the belts. I love the belt rack. That's my favorite place to go in Cavender's because I love leather work. They have chairs just made out of old belts that I guess didn't sell, or they just had the privilege to put down. It's gorgeous, very pretty place. But beef tour is not just about that. We do also offer a lot of educational opportunities as well as just networking. We're going to visit Tarleton State University, get to meet some of their rodeo team, which we're pretty excited about, as well as Texas A&M University. We're going to go to 2 of their stops, one in Overton and then the original one in College Station. Get to see some of their beef systems, their new repro facility, which I'm excited about, as well as their equine facility. State-of-the-art, newly created, but just to give you guys an idea of what we have lined up. But aside from the actual locations that we go to and some of the things we learn, but one of my favorite things about Beef Tour is the chance to connect with people that you haven't met before, and the chance to learn how your neighbor next door might do things completely differently from you, and there's no wrong or right, but you get to learn, meet a lot of people, get to connect. What's the word I'm looking for?
Network.
Network. That's it. Thank you.
Bingo.
Connecting it. Macy, you just mentioned that you're constantly learning, and I think the same is true on this beef tour. You're not just learning at all the stops, you're learning on the bus rides to and from.
Yes.
And even if it's just casual conversation about, oh, well, I actually had this problem with my herd, or I tried this NRCS program on my fields, and all of a sudden people start really sharing some ideas, and it doesn't have to happen in a formal committee meeting or over, with a professor standing in front of them.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. You've been to now, this is your 3rd beef
This
tour?
is my 3rd one.
This is your 1st.
Newbie.
What are you, just listening to that real quick, you heard that list. What are you
Yes.
most excited about just listening to all those different things you just listed?
The biggest thing is networking. Being a first generation farmer, it's like growing up on one. You've probably been to many other, we've just been on our little farm, you know? And so like go into the different places. And I'm a weird, like, I like to see the pins. I like to see your
Everyone,
setup.
you're not the only one. I'm amazed. We could see like the same setup 10 times over, and
Yep.
everyone would still be like, "Let's go see your working pins.
I want to
how
see your
they're
working
structured."
pins. That stuff.
That's
like,
where you have to pull
fascinates-
people from.
Yes, it
Like,
is.
hey, we got to stay on schedule,
It
guys.
really
Get away
is.
from the working
But
pin.
even like on the bus, like meeting people, you know, like obviously I want to know people going, but like you can also put me on a bus with strangers and I want to hear how y'all do everything, because you could take something from me and I could take 10 things from you. And at the end of the day, we're bettering our farm, our operation, and our knowledge. And like that, for me, that's really, really interesting.
Can we time out real quick, Macy? You just talked about your operation. Tell us about what y'all farm. Like y'all.
Oh my gosh, I
tell me
really
about-
thought we were timing
No,
out.
we're not actually timing out.
Anything.
You
He's like,
can't do that to me.
No. Tell me what about y'all's farm.
So we background calves. We do stocker calves, high risk. We get them out the sale barn, just young, light weaned calves, and we keep them for 60 to 90 days. It's been really interesting. And I have I always tell Matt when he brings the trailer load in, I'm like, bring them to mama. Because I feel like it's a nurturing thing. Like when they come in and they're young, you know, like some people just pound them with stuff. I'm like, their babies are like, they're babies. You can't give them crawfish right out the womb, you know? Like, but anyways, yeah, turn them out.
Y'all have them for a few months.
Yep,
Y'all put
that's
weight on
it.
them and then send them on down the road.
We have like 10 weaning pens where we keep them young and, you know, 15 to 20 in each weaning pens. Keep a close eye on them. And then we have like 4 larger traps where they'll kind of get turned out and rotate. We keep them moving, we keep them growing. It's really fun.
That's cool. Are there a lot of other operations like that in Louisiana?
We know a couple and we work with them very well. And if we have like a bad week or something, we're like, hey, are you kind of experiencing this? It's crazy. You know, we'll bounce ideas off each other and what are you using and how has this worked for you? And the community around it has been very great.
I ask that because I'm not a cattle person. My parents row crop, but whenever I think of Louisiana cattle, I hear a lot of cow-calf.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
we're a
That's a lot
major
of
cow
what
calf
a lot of what
producer
we
state.
do. So whenever I hear about backgrounding, it's like, wait, do we do
lot
that
of,
here?
A lot of people have asked me, like, what do you do? And I explain it and they're like, you know, and it's not everybody's cup of tea. It is a new,
It's more
different-
hands-on too, right?
It is very hands-on, and but I mean, I have mad respect for cow calf, you know. But we're just doing what's worked for us, and yeah.
Cool.
I will say, I want to add a little tidbit. The reason why I mean, not just y'all are like following a trend or anything, but I've seen more and more people fall towards this side of the industry post-COVID because of how less dependent they want to be upon grocery stores, and they want to like make their own beef and food and feed at home for their families. So
So
kudos to
they're
y'all,
buying
like, pat off
calves,
the back.
buying calves and just raising them from that
And
point.
raising and feeding them out, and even like selling like half a calf or selling all
Yeah.
their beef. I talked to Jack about doing that. I've talked to him a few times now. I would love to get into doing that because we don't really do that on the cow calf side, but I would love to start doing that. So
Just
I
keep a
need some
few calves.
tips.
Yeah, a good friend of ours, Amelia Kent, actually, I was talking to her one day, and you know, our farms are very close to each other, and we tag team at Carpool, and she was like, you know, some people are an A to Z farm. She was like, you're like a B to an L. You know, we're kind of the middleman.
That's a great way to put it.
And that's what I kind of explain to people when they're like, so what explain to me? And I'm like, B to L. You know, when they leave our place, they're averaging 500 and they're going to the next stage, and then from there on they'll kind of finish out.
That's really a great way to put it. It's like an alphabet, a timeline.
Yes.
Really cool. So let's go back to the beef tour now. I'm sorry to put that aside, listeners and viewers. Like, I just needed to make sure that we had that background.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Man, nailed that.
There you go.
Nailed that. So, Madison, this is your 3rd beef tour. You're first. You're excited about the networking, but Madison, what is the thing that stood out to you on these trips, the first couple you've been on, that you're excited about, that most, I guess, is the biggest value that you've seen?
Yeah, I love the relationships, just because, not to say there's anything wrong with any other part of the ag industry, but I feel like us livestock folks really keep each other like near and dear. Like, we really become a family. Even after spending 5 days on a bus together, I can call up probably any one of our beef tour members over the last 2 years and say I had like a flat tire on the road, and I feel like they would drive 2 hours to come and help me. They're just really loving and caring people. But that's not just livestock people, that is the Farm Bureau way as well. So expanding my Farm Bureau family and that network has meant a lot to me. On a personal note, I like she said, there's never an end to learning. I'm a forever learner. Going to these places and seeing them do things completely different, even though they could, like the two ranches could be 2 miles apart from each other. There's just so many ways to succeed. Picking up pieces from each of those successful places can, at the end of the day, help you get to where you want to be.
Absolutely.
One thing, I've been on a couple of these tours myself, and one of the things that stands out to me is not that they're all this way, but you don't go to crappy little podunk ranches. You're going to some fine operations. I walk around as a kid that, didn't really grow up around cows and just going, oh my goodness, this is fun. Mm-hmm. Like, you go to some beautiful places.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's one of the main reasons that people want to come on the tour. I mean, if you get to look at something
serious
pretty,
access,
you get to walk on the bus and not care about a thing in the world for 6 or 7 days. Everything's completely taken care of for you, and you get to look at some stellar operations and pull a lot of knowledge from them. But we do like to highlight not just like, I guess, the big boys, although they are very attractive. We try and highlight from starting out with a 5-head ranch or a 5-head operation to 1,000 head. We all had to start somewhere, so I think that's important to acknowledge.
I think Macy is also testament to, like, you can go with this few-year-old farm, that does this very specific thing and still learn on any of these. So it doesn't matter if you're a small, new starting cattleman or
fourth generation.
or
I'm
fourth
still
generation.
learning.
Like, there's something you can gather from even the big boys
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Like, there's always little things, and the big boys didn't start as big boys probably,
Yeah.
and they can probably help shed some light on some things. That's what's great about Farm Bureau. You mentioned Amelia Kent. She's been doing this for a little while.
Yeah.
And Young Farmers and Ranchers, that's one of the biggest things I think about it. And the committee as well.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, you have people to bounce ideas off of, not just on the beef tour, but year round, all the time. You can call up your friends in the industry that, like, hey, I'm dealing with X. You just mentioned that. That's what I think is powerful about the network of not just the beef livestock committee, but the
Yeah,
Farm
not
Bureau.
just the fun time, but
Yeah.
like the afterwards.
Funny thing, wife and I, we're on the parish board, the district board, and Matthew got a phone call the other day from Nick, and he was like, I'm sitting with Robert right now, and I'm looking for a nurse cow. Can you help me? And so Matt made a couple phone calls, and like just right there, like that's what we're about, So that anytime there's a moment like that like, look what Farm Bureau brought us. Like
Yeah.
beside, I think that's so neat.
That's really cool. Really quick, I think we're probably close to time. I don't want to keep you all too long. You have a ring to get to. You have a
You
family to go
do.
find.
I have
at
a
some
ring to
point.
get
Yeah,
to.
I was
Ida's
gonna
right
say, you-
after her sister.
You got to go find some kids first. Make sure they all in the same place.
I normally just screen them 1, 2, 3, and they all come right in.
Macy
Start
was saying, I think
whistling.
before we started rolling, like, I don't even know where my kids are. You can just turn them loose and everybody takes care of everybody.
Everybody.
do.
It's kind of a family, but this is your first time going, and you're going as a content creator. Can we say that?
Yeah.
She's going like as an influencer. And so what are you going to be doing? Tell me about, I know you don't really fully know yet, but you're going to
Yeah,
be,
no.
like, you're a TikTok star.
You are. I watch your TikToks. I watch your
She has-
Facebook Reels.
Hundreds of thousands of views, a couple of 1 million view TikToks. Like, she's a big deal.
Take it.
Just take it. You're
I
awesome.
instantly
You're
started
amazing.
sweating.
She also has a truck with a door that doesn't work.
People are so bothered by that, but I love it. I mean, hey, it's
So-
easy to open. You don't even have to open it. The wind blows and you just hop out. You don't know how many gates I have to open? Like, why would I fix
When
it?
you hit the
Right.
brakes, the door opens. It's just it's an automatic
pretty
door.
nice.
Literally. I'm just glad it runs and I have 4-wheel drive.
All we need. That's it.
She makes TikToks for anybody listening. She makes TikToks feeding the cows, usually is what you're doing, and talking about
that's
Matt.
it. I just feed kids and feed cows. I only video the cows though.
So you're going and you're going to be making content for First South. right?
Yes. First South reached out, which love them. Great people. They've grown also to like be like another family. And they just asked me to kind of film for them. And I'm like, absolutely. Like the opportunity to go and then work with them and meet people. So it's going to be really fun.
Kind of a win-win for you. Like
I like it.
I met Macy and Matt on an early Saturday morning,
Early. It was cold.
Saturday morning, doing a sponsored story for First South because they're such great partners with Farm Bureau, and they sponsored This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, this story. And I met them and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love y'all. Also, their testimony about how First South kind of came and helped them get into the business was amazing. So I'm not surprised at all. And you told me that, I was like, of course you're going because your relationship with them, and I thought that was great. But I'm looking forward to seeing the TikToks with, can you do a TikTok with a vehicle that like has an operating door? Are you gonna
I
still,
don't
is
even know
that,
how to do
that's
that.
gonna be off-brand
So,
for you.
yeah, I don't know.
But
We'll just put it on the tire. I mean, it'll be used to that.
so she's gonna be documenting the whole trip for social videos and stuff like that. So we're gonna not only follow along with our content creation team, which is gonna be Josh Meeks, I think.
The
Maybe?
great Josh Meeks.
Josh Meeks is going on the trip.
Yes.
So we'll have our coverage, but we'll also have Macy's coverage on the side. So.
I'm excited.
Madison, for people that want to go on this tour, that can't follow Macy's content, well, they can,
You should.
or ours. You should, for sure, follow her content. But
Don't comment nice things.
be nice. She's a real human. She's right here. She has feelings too. What do people need to do to learn more? What information have we not shared? It's not free.
How do we get signed up?
It's not
It's
free.
not free, unfortunately. We're very thankful to our Louisiana Farm Bureau State Board for donating some money for our members to go on this trip, as well as our wonderful sponsors, First South Farm Credit, Louisiana Land Bank, as well as Southern Ag Credit. Thank you guys so much for all you do for our members in this trip. But what you need to do to come on the trip is contact me. My email is madisonp@lfbf.org, or just give me a call or shoot me a text at 225-469-5543. I know this is kind of funny to say this on the podcast, but we're really old school.
It's out there.
You can also sign up online, but the link,
I'll put a
get
link in the
Karl
show
to
notes.
Put it in the link if you don't want to give me a call. But yeah, super simple. We're old school here at the Bureau. We would love to have you guys join us.
But there are spots available, right?
Oh, yes, there are
where are
spots
we at?
available.
Where are we at on registration?
We're at 32, and I need to get to about 42 to 45. So we have 10, 13
10
spots.
Let's
yeah.
go. We can do 10 spops.
I know. We need to go like
Y'all can probably hustle
people.
those
I know.
today.
We gotta go hustle. I gotta go hustle those people.
It's not Macy's job.
Yeah.
I'll help you. We can tag team it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Well, we want y'all to go on this trip. It's going to be a great trip. I'm kind of bummed I'm not going to be going. I have other things to be doing around that time.
Girl's got a baby
Gonna
on
have
the
a baby
way.
right around then. Hopefully I'll be sitting there watching all of y'all's TikToks while I'm rocking a newborn baby. So we'll see. But I'm really excited for the trip, for you guys. I know it's going to be really awesome. I don't think they ever disappoint. So really excited for that. If you want to learn more about it, as Madison said, I'll put links in the show notes. You can find all that you need down there below. And you can just always visit Louisiana Farm Bureau, lafarmbureau.org, and you can find everything you need to know about any of the events. We mentioned Young Farmers and Ranchers. We mentioned the Livestock Advisory Committee. All that you can find on our website, and we'll make sure that's linked below. Thanks for listening, you guys. Thanks for watching along. If you want to make sure you subscribe, what do you do to a podcast? You follow. Follow the
subscribe.
podcast. Make sure you're listening. Listen regularly. We're going to start coming out with these every other week, starting now. And we really hope to see you again right here next time on the Louisiana Farm Bureau podcast.